Hi, this is Shane Starr, and what better way to spend a nice sunny Saturday afternoon on my lunch break than to talk about 16 personality types. Today's an unplanned video. What's on my mind are stereotypes and how they are beneficial and maybe also harmful. I think for one, they're more beneficial than harmful to our typing practices. And let's take a deeper look. So I Googled stereotypes and truth, and these are some of the things that came up according to AI. As for cognitive science, stereotypes are schemas that help us organize information about the world. They must be somewhat accurate to be useful for predicting how others will behave. More specifically, stereotype accuracy is one of the most replicable effects in social psychology. That is a definition of science, really, right there. When an experiment is replicable, then it can be tested and confirmed, and stereotypes are one of the most replicable effects in social psychology. So it goes on to say that even though stereotypes are mostly accurate, it's still incorrect to strictly apply them to individuals. Okay, well, we're going to break that rule. Think about it. If you think about typing in general, it's all about putting us in a box. It's all about taking a certain set of behaviors and organizing those into types so that we can differentiate some people from others. And we have 16 categories, whether it's MBTI or Socionics, or 9 if we're talking Enneagram. That's how it works, right? So, here's where stereotypes get us into trouble. And I think, first of all, I'm on the side of them. I think that a stereotype can't even emerge as a defined stereotype unless there's some truth to it. If a stereotype has no truth, it ceases to be a stereotype. It just becomes a weird hot take opinion that has no basis in truth. So I do think that they are helpful in typing ourselves and others. And then I would say, although we have those stereotypes, I would challenge anyone to say they fit every single stereotype of their supposed MBTI or Socionics or Enneagram type. I know in my own typing journey, when I first got into this, I feel like I was such a different person than I am now. And, I had different habits, different dietary habits, different relationship with alcohol and other things, different social relationships. To be more specific, I actually had a few. Now I don't. And I remember being typed as, ESTP by some people, ESFP by others. And, when you're 6-pack in and feeling like you're on top of the world and, you want to tell everyone about it, those types seem to kind of go with it. Then after the honeymoon wears off and now you're clean and sober for a few years and you're thinking, man, I'm not spontaneous, I'm not bold, I'm the last person who would ever go bungee jumping or let alone even try something new at a restaurant. You know what I mean? And it's just like, how much of that was self-deception, right? And deception on other people too, who are trying to type me. I would say stereotypes are the first thing that got me to question that, because it's just like, yeah, I'm supposed to be bold, I'm supposed to be spontaneous, yeah, come on, and it's like, I'm not that bold, I'm not that spontaneous. It's like, it was because of the stereotypes that I questioned it. Now, to take the other extreme, I don't think anyone fits every stereotype about their type. But the truth of the matter is, if you have too many exceptions to the rule, then you need to find a different type for yourself. You're probably not the type you think you are. And the bad news here, at least for me or people like me, is, if you think hard enough and go deep enough, you'll find reasons against every single type. Take Enneagram, for instance, I self-type as a 1. But, am I really a Karen? I'm not that much, I complain to my friends, but I never say, oh, let me talk to a manager or something. That's not me. So there's a reason maybe I'm not a 1, So, okay, what about 3? And I think, I have a lot of degrees and a lot of accomplishments and achievements in life that I don't share on this channel or anywhere really, for that matter. And I think, I'm not about self-promotion. No one tells me to wear a hat or wear a tie. No one tells me to match this to this. No one gives me extra credit for how I dress. I do this for myself, so do I really manage my image for others? No. So I guess I'm not 3 either. I could go down the list and make an argument against each type. I can make an argument for each type. I think all of us can. And that's what makes it difficult. If you have no reference to stereotypes, you're going to have a lot of trouble typing yourself or anyone else. Yet, if you go too strictly with stereotypes, you're going to find one that doesn't fit you, and then it'll throw your whole typing into question. Most recently I was typed ISTJ and LSE, which is the socionics version of ESTJ. What's the problems with those? Well, I don't know any ISTJ as interested in aesthetics as me, and I don't know any that are impatient and work fast like me. Okay, so move over to ESTJ. What would be the problem there? I don't care to be anyone's boss. I'm not a supervisor. I don't like the idea of leadership. I'm not aiming to get a promotion. I want to be the best I can be at my job and be a perfectionist. And if that leads to a different position, okay, great. But I'm not looking for that. I'm not trying to be anyone. I don't even like the word boss. I don't even like the word supervisor. I'd rather be the top person on a team than be the manager of the team or the captain of the team or something like that. So that kind of doesn't go with our stereotypes of ESTJs either. So I'm offering this not even because I feel awkward even sharing this stuff about myself. It's actually embarrassing, but I ask you to turn to yourself and think, what are the stereotypes that have helped me identify myself as being of this type? And what are the stereotypes that I don't fit with my type? Ask yourself those questions and it'll help you get more clarity if you need it. All right. Any solutions to this dilemma are much appreciated, not necessarily for me, but for the discipline in general. To what extent should we go by stereotypes when typing people? To what extent should we ignore them? If you see a guy just ripped and athletic and you're sitting there thinking, well, he says he's an INFP, but I know INFPs have polar SE. I don't know if that, the vibe doesn't seem to fit, so he can't be an INFP. Is that true? Or is that you falling into the stereotype trap? On the other extreme, if you have someone who says, yeah, I'm an INTJ, but their favorite colors are hot pink and tangerine orange, and they really like to let go and party, and they have ADHD, but they're INTJ. like, at what point do you say, dude, you have too many things on the list against INTJ, you know? Um, oh, that just reminded me of another stereotype about ISTJs and ESTJs that I don't fit. I'm a cat guy, and usually the two STJs are dog people. I'm way more a cat person than a dog person. So um, that's an INTJ stereotype. Does that mean I think I'm that? No, of course not. But I'm just saying, how far do we go? How far do we back off? Any ideas? Put them in the comments and we'll address them then. Thanks. That's it. Peace out.